Kia ora. I've decided to do another video to try and help anybody out there who may be interested with their endurance running speed. We were recently at Centre Parks and I did a little session, very brief, while we were there, and it was an explosive hill sprint session. And these sessions are extremely beneficial for anyone, like I say, who's interested in improving their speed, well, it'd be over any distance from 100 metres up to a marathon and beyond. Of course, me being interested in the endurance running and the marathon side of things, it's a session I use regularly when I'm training for a marathon. And it basically, like I say, is designed to help you improve your speed. It's not so much for a fitness gain, it's to improve speed over whatever distance and probably some leg strength as well to a certain extent. But I'll just briefly explain the session to you before I put the video of myself doing it. When we were away, like I say, at Centre Parks, what you need to do is find a hill somewhere. It doesn't have to be too steep, or something that you probably find you work fairly hard if you're running up it. Normally you do a bit of a hill session, so you're working fairly hard up it. There's lots of things online about how the gradient's got to be right and this, that and the other. I wouldn't take too much notice of that, as long as it's a reasonably good hill. And what you're doing, I'll explain the session. What you're doing is you're running up this hill for no less than 10 seconds and no more than 15 seconds. It's an explosive hill sprint. And you do, when you're probably well into your training regimen or marathon training schedule, you can probably do anything from 6 to 10 of these explosive hill sprints. Like I say, I'll explain it. You run up the hill as fast as you can, and then you jog slowly back down again, or actually you walk. You don't jog, you walk. That's better. And you have to give yourself 2 to 3 minutes between each rep. And the idea is to recruit what actually would be fast twitch muscle fibers. Now, I'll briefly explain about the muscle fibers. I mean, we can go down a lot of rabbit holes with this and it gets quite technical, but the more muscle fibers you've got, the better you run. Now, people like myself who are endurance runners, or anyone else that are blessed with an abundance of what we call slow twitch muscle fibers. They're also called type 1 muscle fibers. And these slow twitch muscle fibers suit endurance runners. They don't fatigue, they don't tire easily, so this is why you can run long distances. Now, anybody who does sprints like 100 meters, 200 meters, powerlifters, weightlifters, and all of that sort of thing, who do explosive stuff, have an abundance of fast twitch muscle fibers. So, good sprinters don't make such good long distance runners perhaps, and vice versa. I don't know. So your Usain Bolts of the world have got fast twitch muscle fibers. Now, there are two categories of fast twitch muscle fibers: type 2A and type 2B, which is also known as type 2X. So there's three of them, more or less. What you're doing with these hill sprints are trying to recruit more of these fast twitch muscle fibers. If you want to improve your speed over, well, like I say, any distance, but certainly over marathon distance, and us endurance runners, this is what we do. You want to run competitively, you want to improve your speed, you need to work at it. You need to do some sort of speed sessions. And this is a very, very good, quick, fast one, which doesn't take up too much time. It doesn't exhaust you. By the time you finish your session, you can jog very easily home and almost feel like you've done nothing in a way. I think I will put the video on very soon and just show you what I've done. But again, briefly, what you do is you run up the hill for 10 to 15 seconds, walk down it, ignore what I said before, walk down it, and give yourself 2 to 3 minutes between each rep, okay? Now, you might say, why 10 seconds and no less? You probably won't get the benefit of it. Why no more than 15 seconds? Well, when you do these explosive hill sprints and you recruit these muscle fibers, you don't want to fatigue them. You want to recruit them. And the reason I'm saying you need to recruit all of these muscle fibers is because when you're running your marathon, let's just use marathon distance, for example, and like most marathon runners would probably tell you, the second half of your marathon starts at the 20-mile mark. That's that last 3 or 5K. You will have probably exhausted just about all of your slow twitch muscle fibers. So your body needs every single one it can get. So it starts tapping into fast twitch muscle fibers. So the more muscle fibers you got, the better it is. And so this is why I think that doing these explosive speed sessions will help you speed over most distances, but it will also help you to get to the end of your marathon when slow twitch muscle fibers have been exhausted. The recruiting of the faster twitch muscle fibers, your type 2A and type 2B, don't override the others, and the slow twitch muscle fibers will not override the fast twitch muscle fibers. They work in conjunction, they work together. So I think it's really important that you do this session. I've known of people that have done this and it's improved their 5k times to 10k times, but over endurance running events, you still need some sort of speed if you want to run competitively and you want to do well and you want to improve your speed. I will put a session on now. I think I've covered everything I need to. I'll explain again very briefly, 10 to 15 seconds up the hill, slow walk back down, and then give yourself 2 to 3 minutes so you're fully recovered before you do your next rep. Okay, well, I'll put the video on now, and then I will come back to you after we've finished the little session I did when we were at Centre Parks. Okay, here we are again at Centre Parks, as explained before. I'm just going to do this very quick sprinting session on this hill that me and my cameraman Rohit have just found, and I'll do the session very quickly, and then from what I explained before, you should be able to understand how and why this is done to improve your speed over just about any distance. But it certainly also helps for my marathon running, so you might get something from this. Okay, so first 10 to 15 second sprint and a very slow walk back down the hill for recovery. All right. Okay, the importance here is the recovery time. I walked too fast down the hill, but we're a little bit pushed for time. But what you would do is do your sprint, have a 2, maybe even better 3 minute break between each 10 to 15 second sprint. That might seem like a long time, but you need to be as fully recovered as you can be. So we would normally wait now for another couple of minutes, but I'll do the next sprint, okay? You can see I'm puffing a little bit, which you will do, but this isn't an exercise that improves your fitness. It's got many other benefits, which I've already explained to you. It's about recruiting muscle fibers. So we can stop here now, but normally when you first start, you'll probably do just 2 or 3 like I've done now. And when you're fully fit, you can do anything from 6, half a dozen to 10. Explosive hill sprints, try and find a decent hill, and a very slow walk back down, and then 2 to 3 minutes before you do your next one. But that's all it is, and this will considerably help your speed over anything from middle distance to marathon running. Thanks, Robert.
No worries.
Okay, I hope you got something out of that very, very short session I've just shown you. It was very brief, we were a bit pushed for time, and I didn't need to do the whole lot. Like I say, I only did 2 quick hill sprints, but when you're right into your schedule, your training schedule, you can do, like I said before, anything from half a dozen up to 10. That's what I do. I just want to add a couple of things here. When I do these, some coaches and some experts out there say that you should phase them out after a while. I never have. I think the more that you work at your speed, the faster you're going to be, and if you can keep these muscle fibers recruited, you know, it's not a bad shout to do these sessions once or twice a week. And I do them right up until practically I'm going to run my marathon, even in the taper week when you taper off. This isn't going to do any harm as long as you don't injure yourself. So I keep doing them. I keep doing them right up. You could do them the day before if you wanted to. It's not going to tax you. It's not going to exhaust you. So it's just a case of recruiting these muscle fibers. Like I say, that's a really big important thing here. I just wanted to also say that I said before about them not overriding each other. The hybrid, the type 2, I think it's the type 2A muscle fibre, which is a bit of a hybrid of the two. It's almost a one in between. But we don't need to worry about that. We just need to focus on slow twitch and fast twitch. And you'll improve your running, like I say, anything from 5K, 10K runners. I know I've improved marathon runners, I've improved endurance runners by doing these quick sessions. This is just one of many speed sessions you can do, but it's one that I think is simple, fast, quick, and it doesn't tax you, it doesn't exhaust you. You can do this a day before you go out and do your long run if you want to. I also wanted to add a bit of a caveat here. Now, us coaches aren't always perfect. We do make mistakes every now and then, and we learn from our athletes. And the one thing I wanted to say was I was helping a very good friend of mine quite a while ago who wanted to improve his 10K time. He wanted to try and get I think it was a sub 50-minute 10K or something like that. And we did this session, and I took my eye off the ball. We did it in the winter. So he sprinted up the hill. He got to the 5th rep. He'd done 5 hill sprints. It was about 12-second hill sprints or something like that. And walked back down, and we spent the interim period between the reps talking about what we'd done. And he got cold. It was in the middle of winter, and he got cold. On his 6th rep, he sprinted up the hill, and then something went. A tendon or something went at the back of his knee, and he was off injured for quite some time. And I blamed myself because I took my eye off the ball. Keep warm, keep moving. If it's in the middle of the winter, leg swings, arm swings, walk around, do anything, but keep warm. So don't do them cold, okay? We learned the hard way, and I think it's important that you say that. You know, our mistakes can be your strengths and gains. So just be aware of injuries and keeping warm. It's not so bad in the summer, but in the middle of the winter, if you're doing this, keep moving about. Now finally, also just for a bit of fun, I thought I'd do a little bit of research and see what would happen if Mo Farah or Eliud Kipchoge or Wilson Kipsang or whoever, you know, any of these marathon runners were to meet up with, say, Usain Bolt again. What would happen if they had a race? Where would the sweet spot be? Where would they meet if they were to race? And I think the scientists have worked out that they probably meet at around about the 490 metre mark. So that's just a bit of fun, just something to think about, you know, with these explosive fast twitch muscle fibres, your Usain Bolts, and then your Mo Farahs with the slow twitch muscle fibres. If they started off together, where would they actually meet? And I think they said 490 metres, like I just said. So that's I thought that was quite interesting. Anyway, that's just a bit of information for you if you're interested in anything like that. But yeah, I think that's it now. I'll sign off again. I hope you get something out of that session. I hope you try it because it is beneficial. It will help your speed. And, you know, I say endurance running, 5K, to me 5K and 10K are still endurance events. Those distances are a long way to run at pace, at speed. And so, you know, endurance means to endure. So they, to me, are endurance events as well. So have a go at this, see if it helps. It should do, because I mean, I know it's helped me considerably. Anyway, happy running. Look after yourselves, look after each other, and kia kaha, stay strong.